Good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube. Good afternoon, good evening. Hello, YouTube. Wow, I'm super excited this morning. I have to say, I just got so much cool information to share today. So thank you guys for joining. This is going to be fun. Hopefully it'll be educational. I'm going to share some information with you, and I'm totally open to answer questions after the fact. You can send questions in. Also, hit me up on Instagram. It's probably the best way to reach me. I'm also on Twitter, TikTok, all that other stuff. But today is what is today? Today is May 13th. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Man, what a great day. Okay, so here's what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to break down the Panini interview last night and highlight some big points and comments that were made in it. I'm also going to do the drawings for a winner selection, winners for the free break coming up in a week or so. I'm probably going to pull 2 or 3 winners per page. I really appreciate that. That was really successful. And I'll also say real quickly, I'm looking for other small channels under 1,000 subscribers. Doesn't have to be under 1,000, but small channels that they're looking for some love. I'd love to help other channels out. I'll even mention this. I'm totally open to a co-host. You know, I really liking this show, but I realize that some of the best shows have kind of a banter back and forth conversation, and I love that. So if anybody's out there interested in maybe co-hosting, you don't have to commit to every day, maybe be a guest co-host or join. I want you to know that this channel is your channel, right? I really mean that. I want people to be involved. I want to give back. I just love this hobby. I really do. I think, man, the hobby gets me high. It really does. And I'm doing this all because I love it, man. I really do. So we're going to talk about Panini. I mentioned the co-host thing. We're going to check out our winners. And we're also going to talk a little bit about retail and breaking. So let's go ahead and start. Woo. Okay, so if you didn't see it already, I'm sure you probably heard about Target yesterday. There's a lot of, posts about Target's out of the sports card business, Walmart's out of sports card business, what's going on, the world's coming to an end, blah, 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 blah. First thing I'll say is it irks me that we respond so quickly to misinformation instead of finding it out what really is the truth. And I know part of that is there's a race to get attention, right? You want people to pay attention to you, so people will post anything they can to get attention. And I can't see how people are posting that Target, it's the end of retail. Retail is dead. My only comment to that is, again, people, if you say that, you have to think about what's going on here. You're not going to end retail, right? You're always going to find different ways, different paths on how this retail product's going to get out there. So there was no death of retail. Retail has changed. It's been changing. And this interview really gives us some great insights into it. So let me go ahead and let me see, make sure I'm on the right one. There he is. Come back over here. I'm going to share the screen. I'm not going to go through this whole video with you guys, but I do encourage you to listen to it later on when you have a second, because there's some good tidbits in here. Okay, so first of all, thanks to Eric over at Beckett for putting this together and DJ for joining. Now, I'm just going to highlight a few things as you're listening to the video. The big takeaway for me, the biggest takeaway in this for me was the NFT story, which I'll get to in a moment. But in the beginning of this video, it kicks off with, hey, let's get right into the Target thing. And one thing I'll say is DJ is a genius. He's a sales guy, right? And I love sales guys. I understand sales guys. In the beginning of the video, he starts by talking about, what was it? Man, my notes are so terribly written. Talks about Target. Okay, here's what he says. Talks about Target, and he makes a comment that the catalyst, the straw that broke the camel's back was the incident. I think it was in Minnesota, Wisconsin, with the gun being drawn, and the parking lot was shut down for an hour, and it really just kind of shook up Target. Let me just say this too. Again, that's another example where that incident happened, and you saw 50 stories on YouTube and on social media as if 50 different places had guns, because each one was like, gun over here. It was one gun, one incident, one asshole, but everyone else, we just threw fuel on the fire. We made that worse. I just want to point that out. You make things worse because that incident is why Target changed their policy. Now, what is the change in policy? Target has sent in a memo that the Panini products, which are basketball and football, and then Topps baseball, will all be pulled off the shelves and no longer available on the shelves temporarily. Now, he does say in this, right, that this could be permanent. Okay, he says it about 8 minutes and 6 minutes, and he talks about the gun. 8 minutes, and he talks about, let me go ahead. I'm going to switch back here. I want to see you guys. I can't talk like this. Okay, so he says 6 minutes in, it's about the gun. At 8 minutes in, he says it's temporary, but this could be permanent. And what does he mean by could be permanent? It means the model that Target and Walmart use to distribution could permanently go online. They're not going to drop Panini. Let me just stress that enough. Target and Walmart are not dropping cards. If anything, they'll just move cards online. Is that good? In my opinion, no. We'll talk about bots in a moment because that is what this is. This is a race to bots now. Now, later on, he says, talks in about 13 minutes, right? Because I asked him the questions about, he's talking about, well, the hobby's crazy. People are doing this. In fact, one of the things I thought, I don't want to call him out on it, but DJ makes a comment. I used to be able to go into a store and pick up a blaster, and you go home and you sell it for maybe $20. You sell it for the same amount. I don't remember that happening. I mean, since I've been back in the hobby, the boxes that you bought off of Target, Walmart, certain ones always had more value. That's why they were being resold. For example, Bowman and Prism have always had more value in the aftermarket than they did in the retail market. The other products, you're right, pretty much, you could sell for what they were. His next thing was, I made some comments about he's like, well, we don't know what's going on. The hobby's hot. Things are just crazy, blah, blah, blah. He makes a comment about modified pricing. Panini just introduced modified pricing. Well, modified pricing, guys, is that Dutch oven auction they're using. Modified pricing is no longer suggested retail price, right? It just means they pick the price that they feel is really high and they stick it to you. So he skirted around the modified pricing, talks about it. One of the interesting things he made as a defense for the modified pricing, and this is about 13 minutes into the video. Again, I'm not going to play the whole video for you this morning. He says that his partners would be concerned about the missed out revenue and royalties. So what he's basically saying is, like, if I sell a Prism box for $20 in retail and it's being flipped for $100, NBA is upset that I'm leaving all that margin on the table. I'm going to call cap on that. I don't believe that at all. Okay. That's a wonderfully said response, right? Oh, we don't want to lose out on those royalties, but that's cap, which for the older generation is bullshit. I don't know. So he does make several mentions that this market's got to cool off. Eric asks, is the bubble going to pop? Oh, it's not going to pop, but it's going to cool off. They are very aware. Here's what Panini's thinking. Holy crap. We can't keep selling these boxes for this much forever. Eventually, they're going to find out. But for right now, we're going to take as much money as we can. And that, again, Panini's a business. Okay. Whew. So next thing that I caught my attention was, at 16 minutes, he talks about, protected over limits. Oh, here's what it is. He talks about the differences between Target and Walmart, right? In fact, one of my takeaways from this is if you're following retail at all, Target came out with this policy that, hey, we're going to drop our cards on Friday morning at 8 a.m. Well, what did that do? I mean, just again, I always love thinking about these decisions and go to myself, well, didn't you realize like every decision you make in life is going to have a cause and effect? Known effects, unknown effects. But when you did that, you basically told everybody, hey, if you want sports cards, come here on Friday at 8 a.m. In fact, first thing I thought to myself was, this is great because it's not just come here at 8 a.m. It's come here at 8 a.m., get as much as you can, and go to the next Target because they're going to have some too. And as much as you can was the 3 limit, whatever it might be. So when Target did that, they basically set themselves up as right? This is the right time to be here. That's what started the people camping, started the groups. I mean, I understand. Maybe Target should have just gone to random like Walmart does. Walmart has gone random. Their stocking can be all over the place, right? I know my guys who chase retail, and they'll tell you, the lady will change your plan. She'll even mislead you, right? She'll, I'll be there tomorrow, and then she'll show up the day before. That's the game that Walmart plays, right? And it's kept them ahead of the game as far as the retail chasers. I'm not going to call them other names. Retail chasers basically had to adjust to Walmart. Now, my fear is with Target being out of the game right now, all that pressure goes to Walmart. In fact, I have lots of friends in this game, right? And one of my friends who's up in the New York area who does a lot of retail chasing basically said that. He goes, what's going to happen is Walmart is on the brink of breaking right now. And now you just pushed all those Target people over there. And that could cause a problem. And I agree with that. I don't think when DJ starts talking about it, well, Walmart does this different way, Walmart's fine. I don't think he's really close to what's going on. He also makes some comments that he can't control, the product after it's sent out. He can only sell it. He can direct or guidance, but he doesn't have much control over that. Now, I will say he has control over hobby box pricing. And if he reduced that, he would reduce the pressure on retail. But again, I loved his modified pricing explanation and need to protect the royalties. The other thing he says, he makes a reference to, where is this? Won't stop hobby. But okay. I forget what time this is. Maybe it's up after 16 minutes. He talks about UFC, which I want to emphasize. UFC and hockey are still going to be available at Target, which I think is funny because I would go get in line for a UFC box because we all know that shit's selling like fire too, right? And it's also a new product. So NHL. I mean, why are you ignoring the NHL? Like, you think people don't want the NHL? I want the NHL. Where's my coffee? So he makes a comment, and this is a very important one. I don't have this queued up, but I think it's important to understand this. He says the UFC hobby box is $150 box. The UFC hobby box is $150 box, but it's selling for over $1,000. Those are his words. What that tells me is that allocated prices or suggested retail price was $150. I'll give the benefit of the doubt and say it's allocated prices of $150. I mention that because I want you guys to all be aware of what is going on in this hobby. I love this hobby, okay? And I love everybody in it, but there are breakers who get this product at allocated prices. And this is Prism, everything. And that price is so much lower than what you're seeing on the retail market, guys. Like $150 for a Prism box when they're selling it for $1,000. Why are they selling it for $1,000? Because they can, right? They have a choice. They could sell it for $300, $600, $700, $800, but they sell it for $1,000. Now, many of them will tell you, I've talked to stores and that, so, well, if I don't do that, people just buy it and resell it. I'm like, well, then make them rip it, right? Like, I don't know why breakers don't break product at a discount and give them, like, here's what I do if I was a breaker. I'd make a membership. You want to join my community, you get access to product at under manufactured prices, right? So I would break product above allocation, so I'm making some profit, but below market, so I can then get good quality customers. I mean, but again, right now, breakers don't care about that. Breakers will take anybody, and they'll just charge as much as they can, and it bothers me. So there are a few breakers out there you'll find that, again, will be closer to allocated product. But again, my point there is beware that most of these products, like, here's what I'm thinking to myself, what do you think a blaster allocated price is? Like, when Panini makes 1 million blasters, let's say 1,000 blasters, and sells them to MJ Holding on their way to Walmart, what do you think the price is? You think the cost is like $5 a box? I mean, it's probably around $5 a box. And MJ Holding's making some money. So what are they charging Walmart? Another $5 a box? So Walmart's paying 10? Maybe Walmart pays 15? You think Walmart pays 15 and only gets 5? I don't know. My point is, there is a lot of markup, okay? And the fact that they're manufacturing a product that really is a couple dollar product in these blaster boxes, which is why I'll go back to what I said earlier. There's too much shiny. There's too much of this product out there, and this is going to be the downfall. Another quick point I make before I switch over to the NFTs. He makes a comment. Oh, man, I don't know what the time mark is on this. About the difference. I think Eric asked, so are we going to see a crash? Is the market going to crash? Are prices coming down? And DJ's comments are, hey, no, we're not going to see a crash. Things are going to soften, but it's not going to crash. And then he goes into defending the difference between the 90s and now is that in the 90s, there was no exclusivity. And because there's exclusivity, there's protecting the hobby. Cap. No one is protecting the hobby today. No one. You know whose responsibility it is to protect the hobby? You and me. The consumers need to protect the hobby. Companies don't protect the hobby. Okay, guys, that's just BS. There's no difference. The difference between 1990s and now are a bazillion things, right? Technology, autographs, relics. There's so many things that have changed the market. Exclusivity is destroying this market. In fact, as he was talking in the comments, my whole thought was, look, if Panini's not going to drop the prices on the box, someone needs to enter competition. If there was competition that would drive their prices down, it would make retail more affordable. This is very simple economics, right? In fact, I'm kind of surprised how blatant this is. Now, let's stop there, okay? I do want to applaud Panini for getting online, for talking about it, for addressing the issue, for restoring our confidence that retail is not dead. It has changed, just like it changed before when they moved it from random to Fridays to limits to one. As things adapt, people change, right? Retail chasers will find their way to get it. My concern is what's going to happen. There'll be more corruption, in my opinion, in the system now if it's online than there ever was before. So let's talk about, real quickly, bots. Okay, so I did some research on bots months ago. I looked at bots. I have friends who've tried bots. I personally have not used a bot yet, but I am very, very interested in bots. Let me show you something real quickly. I'm going to take you guys over to, hope you guys can see this. This is Discord. What I'm showing you real quickly is a Discord channel. And this right here is what's called a monitor. A monitor, this is May 13th, right? It's going out and it gets information about what's for sale, what the SKU is, what the price is, even what the URL is. And this thing can scrape, everything from UFC, can scrape, PlayStation, whatever it might be. And it just basically goes out and alerts you, hey, when are these products available? That's all a monitor does, just let you know it's available. Then you fire your bot at that page and you scrape or take down whatever you want, right? And I'll get into bots later, but I just want to share with you, again, Discord. This is just a snapshot looking into how these organizations, these groups can just be aware of what's going on. So let me also take you to your Target website. Here's Target this morning. My understanding, right, is that they're going to be updating this stuff and be putting product on here. Now, you can see Pokemon's already on here. Pokemon. I don't know if that's a special Poke Dude or not. There is Poke Dude on here, though. No, I don't see any other sports card products on here. I do know once you see them, they're going to go fast because of these bots. And again, this is just a monitor I'm showing you, but bots are coming. What is a bot? Well, bot is just a script that's able to run a purchase faster than a human being. I believe this is going to start the bot war. Okay, to me, it makes sense to now invest in a bot. I've already reached out to a few people, and I'll tell you too, if you're interested in learning more about bots, let me know. I'm going to find a bot that we can probably maybe share, rent, buy together or something like that, maybe go on a team. My concern is obviously you want to get something that's going to work, right? You don't want to get something that's BS. And you also have to get a bot that will adapt or can be changed or reconfigured as they change their system. So it's more than just going out and getting a script. There's a little bit behind it. I am going to be talking to some friends about it. I might even be able to do an interview and bring a guy on here and talk more about it. But the one thing is sad is that there's no secret to this. Everybody's going to be out and going to get bots. How do you stop a bot? You don't. There's no way to. Even Top Shot, who does a very good job with their drops, admits that bots are there, right? Because simply, here's an example. I could write a script that will do certain things for me, and I could start the process as a human being. So I can trick the bot by getting around the CAPTCHA and then just execute the bot after I've gotten past that. So bots and technology are going to be there. That's why I think this moving to online isn't really it's not going to make things better, in my opinion. In fact, it's probably going to piss more people off. Okay. And am I bad for using bots? I'm sure some people out there are going to say, yep. And I haven't yet, but I think you have to. I don't know. I think I have to. I will say this, though. If I do get a bot and I do get access to product, I'm going to make that product accessible to as many people as I can at as good a price as I can, which means, I'm not going to, if I have to charge. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on the bots, but again, bots are coming. I'm going to do more information on that. Reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter. I don't want to send you over to a bot place. Do research before I get more. And if you hear anything about bots, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you're hearing out there. Right? I'm sure there'll be a lot of people now doing bots. Right? Because again, what's funny to me is they basically said, hey, go get in line. Now they say, hey, it's all going to be online, so we're all going to get bots. It's an arms war, right? Let me go to the most important piece that I thought was in this video, and that was the reference to NFTs. I want to play a clip of it. I don't think I have the right clip queued up. So the first thing that he says is Panini makes a comment. He goes, Eric asked about NFTs, and DJ goes, well, we've been in the NFT business for over a year and a half. I'm like, well, no, you haven't been. You've been in the blockchain business, right? And you didn't understand what you're doing, and you still don't really understand what you're doing. So I'm a little concerned that just because Panini says they're going NFTs, that they still need to execute on this. And what I mean by that is their use of blockchain technology today. They sell you the card. You can see the card, and you can get a NFT-like or a digital version on their blockchain. Their blockchain is also private. Their blockchain takes US dollars, right? I don't believe it's tokenized. There's a lot of things about it that are reasons why I think it's not been successful so far. Now, what he does say, because I asked him, what blockchain are they on? Will they be using Wax or something else? He didn't know what I was talking about, but he did say they're going to bring their blockchain private or public. And that is a good thing. You want your blockchain to be public. You want, I think it's ECR or ERC20. There's a bunch of other things you'd want in the blockchain. I hope they're doing the right job here. But here's what, regardless of whether they execute or not, they said, DJ's words are, he's dropping packs of NBA NFTs by the, that's his words, okay? Packs of NFTs. And also he made a comment that they'll have NFTs for other products they carry. What I heard there is the NFL NFTs are now going to Panini. Doesn't mean it's, because as I said before, NFTs aren't exclusive, right? There's nobody that I've seen has exclusivity to any NFT, right? That's why Top Shot, they're, in my opinion, and I Top Shot as a collector, but it is doomed. It is doomed now. I mean, because they had the only game in the market and everybody thought they were cool, but half people didn't know who the hell Top Shot is, and the clip is BS. So they're only going down. And it's funny, there's so many are so Top Shot blind that they're not paying attention to what's going on in NFTs. I'm gonna tell you guys, I think you're going to be rude awakenings coming. Let me cue up. Here's the part that I thought was interesting that I did cue up in the video this morning, and this is from DJ. If you're age, that's just not the way we collect it. But it's not something that can be ignored either. Panini was ahead of the market when you guys introduced blockchain. I don't think when blockchain hit and everybody was like, what is this? They figured it out, and then it led into NFTs. You guys led the way. I think that's great. You guys led the way in a lot of markets, and this is just another example of innovation and leadership.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Like Dapper Labs seems to be the company that everybody's kind of doing now because they've done NBA Top Shot. But respectfully, they're not using a product, right? They're taking a video highlight and obviously putting an NFT with it. We actually create IP. I mean, these trading cards are produced by us. They're carry our brands. We buy photos, etc. So our product is unique in the fact that it is our product. I think that's a little bit differential. And obviously, we're coexisting or will coexist in the NBA digital space because Dapper's not going anywhere and we're going to our product. Isn't that clever? I love that, guys. Think about what he said. Look, he took a nice little shot at Top Shot. There's no IP there, man. There isn't. I agree. There is no intellectual property. They took a video clip and they tokenize it. They don't just add an NFT. They tokenize it to create an NFT, by the way, DJ. And the way he worded that, so clever, right? They're not going to coexist. No, you're not. What he basically says, we are going to crush them. They're in our space. We've been here first, and we're going to take the market. I mean, you have to admit, as Panini as a business had to be looking at Top Shot going, what the hell's going on? We've had not making any money. Top Shot in beta, by the way, has done over $500 billion. Let me say that $500 billion in transactions. And what is delicious about that is that every time a transaction takes place, both Dapper and the NBA are getting a piece of that royalty. Every time you buy and sell a moment because of the what's called smart contracts in an NFT. That is what Panini is going to go after. Now, I personally like this because I will tell you, I really like what Topps has done with the NFTs. Okay. Sorry, let me come back here. I really like what Topps has done with the NFTs. First of all, Topps dropped Series 1 and they haven't dropped any more. They did about, I think, 1.6 million NFTs and that's it. And I assume they're going to go on to another product, right? Maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming that. But if Panini follows the same route, think about this. If Panini drops, say, Optic basketball, and then they drop packs of Optic NFTs, that's amazing. And even better, I will give Panini a praise on this. They understand collectability a lot more than Dapper does. Okay, and they actually make a comment. DJ says that. He goes, we understand collectability, and Dapper does not. Dapper's idea, and I'll just say I've been following Dapper for, I think 5 months now. Dapper's idea of collectability is let's drive the price in the market so everybody can get them. That's not collectability, right? Dapper has minted, I think, 900,000 in the last few weeks. They have another drop coming tomorrow, another drop next week. There's another 300,000 moments. They will have dropped more moments of Series 2 NBA in the month of May than there are total moments in all of Topps NFTs. If scarcity and collectability are important to you, and most of it is, Dapper's done. Part of it is Dapper doesn't know, they don't have a product. You know what I'm saying? Series 1, for example, is, in those collecting, we don't call stuff seasons. We call it series like in Topps or in Upper Deck. So this misunderstanding. So Series 1 is Season 1, which was a short in the bubble season. And that's why Series 1 NFTs by Dapper, there's less of them. Season 2, Series 2 was a long season. And we're still not over. So what does Dapper do? They don't have products to give you. They just keep recycling moments. Here's more moments. Here's more moments. Here's more moments. They're going to destroy that product. I mean, personally, I'm enjoying, like I said, as a collector, I got a few $100s invested in Top Shot. I'm proud to say only a few $100s. Like, I think I spent more money on the pack the other day than I did in my total portfolio of Top Shot. right? And I do like Top Shot to a level, but I will say after the announcement last night, I'm pausing on Top Shot. I'm going to wait to see what happens with Panini. What's going to drive me crazy is I think Panini's distribution is going to be a nightmare. I can't see how they're going to execute an online drop. Will it be a Dutch oven, you think? They're going to probably Dutch oven us on these NFTs. I also think these will be big. Asia will blow up on these NFTs. See, here's another thing. Lots of countries could not get into Dapper. I think it was restricted based on country. A lot of countries have been left out. Panini's going to be open to the world, guys. Panini's going to be open to the world. These are big, big differences that are going to change this NFT space. I also think if Panini enters this and does it on a product, right? And I would love to have, say, optic hollows of NFTs. I honestly would. I think I would move more toward the digital world than I will the physical world. And I wouldn't be bitching as much about getting access to paper products that are got ding corners and are off-centered if I can get quality NFTs that look just like them. That actually, to me, is cool, right? So I think this could be a game changer in the space. And there's a lot of people who don't like Panini, including myself sometimes, who are going to think Panini won't be able to execute on this. I'll tell you right now, Panini, if you watch this video, you should call me right now, and I will give you some advice on blockchain on how you should be executing. And I'll do it all for free, right? You can get free consulting from me because I want you to execute this properly, right? Like, for example, I don't want you to overmint. I want you to follow the product lines. I want you to follow specific product lines. And I do want you to show that art is what an NFT is and the value of it. So I'm super excited. Man, I'm really amped up. Let me read some of the comments here. Let me see here. I do want to do the drawing. Okay, if Target allows it, then fair game. So you're using a bot to make purchases online? I have not yet, Matthew. I have not used one yet. I'm going to look into it and research it. Okay, and if it is possible, yes, I will use bots. I probably won't do it by myself. I'll probably get with some friends and we'll do it as a group and we'll go after a bot. So, and I will share that information with us. I'll put it this way. I love sharing information and educating people on what I do. So I will share whatever I do. In fact, like I said, if I use a bot, I'm gonna tell you, hey, I use a bot. I spent $50 and I got this. And then I'll take what it is and I might do free breaks with it or give it away or do something like that. My goal is to continue to enjoy the hobby at the lowest expense, possible without taking money from my friends. Bots, let me know what you find. I definitely will. So Texas Cardhold, like I said, I was showing earlier a Discord group that has monitors up. So I'm already using monitors just to see when Target updates their product. That's a very easy thing. So two things I'm doing right now. I'm checking Target's website and I'm using a monitor on a Discord group that will alert me when product gets dropped. And then I have to go out to the website itself and get the product. I haven't gotten to the bot part. So there's two things: being aware of when the drop takes place and then actually executing the purchase, okay? Woo! Man, I will have more content coming out on this. I'm definitely going to be talking a lot about these NFTs. I'm very excited about, and let me just say this too. Panini said in there that it's not just NBA. They've got a plan for NFTs throughout the year, which means the NFL NFTs are coming to Panini. Now, they might go somewhere else too, right? Wax might do it or Flow or one of these other guys, but Panini will be dropping NFL NFTs. And I think that's going to be big, man. I think that's going to be big. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the contest. So I put a contest here on Tuesday, and I need to do some more contests. I'll drop some more tomorrow. So again, if you have a small channel effect, Texas Card Dude, it's going to be on my list tomorrow. I'll tell you guys right now. I want you guys to go to Texas Card Dude's YouTube channel. I want you to put a comment on there that says Ziggy, something about Ziggy. I'd love for you to subscribe to his channel, but I'm not going to force anybody to subscribe to his channel. I want you to at least go look at it. Give him a thumbs up. Everybody deserves a thumbs up. We're all out here trying to do something, man. No one deserves a thumbs down unless they're full of BS. But give him a thumbs up. Leave a comment in there, and I'll drop a link here for Texas Card Dude today. Leave a comment on his video, which he'll probably post today, that just says Ziggy in it, and I'll run Comment Picker against it probably on Monday morning. So tomorrow I will list a couple of websites or a couple of YouTube channels to go to. Texas Card Dude will be one of them. Costa Rica Cards will probably be another one, another great small channel I love. So again, I'll make a list. So I want to give away some spots into this free break we're going to be doing later in the month. It's going to happen. Again, it's free. I just haven't, just hang in there with me. I'll also mention Sunday's my 1 year anniversary. Probably going to be going live at 9 p.m. and be talking that evening. I was going to get some guests together too. So we'll see. So let me go ahead. Yes, Texas Card Dude is a great channel. I love listening to Texas Card Dude, man. Okay, comment picker time. Let's go over to share screen. We're over here in Glorious Pete. So I asked people to go to this channel, and I hope you guys are seeing this. Let's go ahead and just check. This is not working. Okay. I need to see the comments. Okay, there's comments down here. Let's see if this works. Control, copy. Okay, so we're going to see if this works. Here's the page that I asked everybody to go to and leave comments about. Hey, subscribe if you can. Give them a thumbs up. You know, give some support to the community is what I'm asking. I'm asking people to put their eyes on more content providers. I personally feel like there's only like a few content providers people watch, and some of those guys get very focused, and you got to broaden your horizon. You got to see what other people are talking about, listen to what other people's stories are, and help the community. So let's go over here to comment picker. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, and I go ahead and put this in here. Right. Filter duplicates. Include replies to comments. Sure, I guess so. Comments based on specific text. Filter comments based on specific text. I think so. Let's leave that alone. Let's make sure it just says Ziggy No in it. And then I think we hit the start button. So this is going to be for a spot in the Donruss break. This is going to work. Did I get disconnected? Oh, man. Hold on a second. Damn it. I don't know what the hell's going on here, guys. I don't know what's going on. So look, I'm going to make a separate video. Maybe I'll make the video tomorrow. We'll do comment picker. I'm at 30 minutes. I don't want to continue dragging this out. Frozen, but I can hear you. Yeah, I'm having internet problems, guys. I don't know what it is. I'm going to stop here. We will do the comment pickers for those videos. I'm going to drop Texas card dude, Costa Rica cards, probably a couple others for tomorrow or later in this video. So look for that. If you have other ideas on how to do comments or do giveaways for the spots, let me know. I hope this was helpful. Sorry for the internet access. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. We'll be back tomorrow.